Hi guys, David here with Trinity Focus Ministries. I'm doing another video, and I got this one is and the next one in the Harmony of the Gospels, and this is the first miracle at Cana. So this is the first miracle that Jesus did in his ministry. So, all right, this is going to be kind of a short video, and we're going to read along in the scripture. And this is in the book of John, chapter 2, and it's going to be verses 1 through 12. So, starting there, it says, "And the third day there was a marriage in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there." So, right away, it tells you where they are. They're in Cana, they're in Galilee, and then Mary's there, the Virgin Mary, the Blessed Mother. And then it says, "And both Jesus was called and his disciples to the marriage." So all that means is they were invited to the wedding. So they went. And then and when they wanted wine, the mother of Jesus said unto him, "They have no wine." So they pretty much ran out of wine. And then Jesus said unto her, "Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come." And then his mother said unto the servants, "Whatever he saith unto you, do it." So Mary always leads people to Jesus. And it happened here too. She said, whatever he says, listen to him. So no one knew what he was going to do, but she knew that he could do something. So, and then it says, "And there were 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece." What's a firkin? Well, this is an old-timey measurement, but a firkin is about 9 gallons. So if there was 2 to 3 in each water pot, that would have been 27 to 36 gallons in each water pot, which is a lot. And then it says, "Jesus said unto them, Fill the water pots with water. And they filled them up to the brim." So this would have been well over 100 gallons of water. And they filled them all the way up to the brim. "And he said unto them, Draw out now, and bear unto the governor of the feast. And they bare it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governor of the feast called the bridegroom." So they're at the party, they're at this wedding, they ran out of wine. The governor's like, "Hey, I'm ready for some more wine." They don't know what's going on. The servants are like, "Okay, this guy told us to fill this up with water. What's he going to do?" And then all he did was say, "Draw out of it." And they did, and they gave it to the main guy, and they gave it to him, the host of the wedding, and they didn't know what was going to go on. All they knew is that they filled these pots up with water, and they just drew out of it, and I'm sure what looked like wine came out, and they gave it to him, and they didn't know what was about to happen. Also, with that much water, it would have been really hard for this to be some sort of magic trick or sleight of hand. Maybe if it was only a gallon or something, people could argue and say, "Oh, he just tricked him and put a little bit of wine there." But it would have been pretty hard to hide the fact that you're bringing in hundreds of gallons of wine and swapping it out for these hundreds of gallons of water without nobody noticing. This was a legitimate miracle. So, and then this is what the guy says after you drink it. I'm sure everyone's like, I don't know I filled this sponsor with water. I just drew it out and gave it to this guy. Hopefully it's good. And this is what he said. He said unto them, draw out now and bear unto the governor of feast, and they bare. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which stood that, and the governor of the feast called the bridegroom, and said unto them, every man at the beginning doth set forth good wine, and when the men have well drunk, then that which is worse, but thou hast kept the good wine until now. So I'm sure the servants have a sigh of relief, because they didn't know what this wine was going to be like, but he's saying that it's the better wine. Now, back then it was a custom for, probably a lot of people still do this, but they break out the good stuff first, and then once everyone's partied for a while and the spirits are flowing, they break out the cheaper stuff to keep the party going. And people don't notice as much because they've already been drinking. But he said that this is the better wine, and you saved it for last. And then and then it's just interesting. And then he says, this beginning of miracles did Jesus in Cana of Galilee, and manifested forth his glory, and his disciples believed on him. So this was the beginning of Jesus' ministry and the glory and the first miracle, and I'm sure it was amazing. And I'm sure the wine was really good. Can you imagine? And then it was amazing. And then it says, after this he went down to Capernaum, he and his mother and his brethren and his disciples, and they continued there not many days. So after the wedding, they all left, and they went to Capernaum, and Jesus' whole family and everybody went, and it was and his disciples, and then it says they weren't there very long. But this, a lot of people forget. They think about Jesus' miracles and how he raised the dead and healed the blind and healed the sick and everything. But this is an amazing thing that he did. This is a miracle. Like I said, that wasn't just a little bit. This was a lot of wine. 6 water pots of 27 to 36 gallons apiece. That's a lot. But, well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the beginning of Jesus' ministry, and we're going to cover the whole thing throughout all the Gospels. So I hope you guys are blessed by this, and I'll be back shortly with another video. And thanks again for watching.